So I ring her up. I say, what's going on? Why have you done that? Everyone can see that you've said that. And, I thought everything was fine. She goes, everything's fine. Yeah, I love the work you do and it's brilliant. But, you told me that if I put something on Tesco, I get a rapid response. And I thought the same would work for you. And guess what? It did. Today I am going to see a cake maker. I like seeing cake makers. Anyway, I'm going to see a cake maker. I'm expecting, benefits. However, what she wants to talk about is digital marketing and social media. And this, I don't think, will be a strategic meeting. By that, I don't think we'll be talking about how to do things. I think this is actually an enabling session. I say that because you sent me a long list of bullet points, maybe 30 things to cover in 3 hours. I've already replied and said that can't happen. You need to highlight the ones you really want done, and if we get to the rest, that's great. And that's today. Obviously a cake maker, and we'll be talking about how you sell more cakes online and through social media. I will update you on the cake maker, and I've been there for 3 hours. It was really good, I think. As I expected, it wasn't strategy, it wasn't, brainstorming or thinking in the sky or trying to come up with something new. I mean, she's a smart lady, she's been doing it 10 years and she makes cakes for clients. So it was more about a tactical social media, digital marketing, website audit. That sounds too strong a word, but I would say audit. So we started with the list. She prioritised it, as I would hope, and had. And the first thing we looked at was Google Maps, which meant Google Plus. And she didn't have a page, and didn't know she didn't have a page. And I don't mean that. Well, I'm not surprised she didn't know, to be honest. That's what I'm trying to say. Is my take on social media and digital marketing is it really is not the business's fault that they don't know what they should and shouldn't have, because it's so damn complicated, basically. And just going backwards, it's so damn complicated because there's so many different platforms, and people will tell you some things are important, some things aren't important, and what the hell is important? And the answer is only the things that reach your customers. And so Google Plus is important. Her market is local, 5 to 10 mile radius. Must have a Google Plus page. I need that to appear in local search results on Google. I've covered this before. Didn't know she didn't have one. So we set one up, and that took 15 minutes to create. It took us another half hour to actually put some pictures on and make it look pretty and put some sales content on, and yes, she's now on Google Plus. That's what I mean, tactical, but really important to increase business. If you're not on Google Plus, you don't get seen locally as much. That's the equation. Just on Google Plus quickly, if you do create a Google Plus page, you have to validate it. And bizarrely, Google posts you a postcard to do that. It takes 2 weeks to arrive. They send it to a physical address. And in my experience, half the people throw it in the bin, which means you have to wait another 2 weeks. And I did this with one customer, and they threw it away 4 or 5 times because it just looks like junk. Just saying, don't forget, don't throw away your Google code. So we set up the Google Plus page. We then naturally went into looking at Hootsuite and how to put content up on a regular basis. Talked about not breaking the communication stream. All I mean by that is, if I put something up for 4 weeks in a row, I can't then have a 4-month break. And it's very easy to check how good you are at this. If you look at the dates on your posting on social media, if it goes 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 2 months between posts, that's not good. People expect to see things on a regular basis. That's how you build up brand awareness. And hers was 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 month, 1 week, 1 week, 1 week, 1 month. That's not going to do it as well as you can in terms of local marketing. So we went on to Hootsuite, other products are available, and said, this is how you schedule content. She's got a beautiful product. I mean, it's artistic cakes. She's got 30 pictures is what we looked at. I can schedule to go out automatically at a set time on a set date once every Friday, 1 picture per week on 3 social media platforms in one go: Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. I only have to do it once, and so I can sit down for 2 hours, put up 30 photos to go out over 30 weeks, and then I can just ignore it. Not ignore it, you put other stuff up, but that's the bare minimum. That way, if I'm busy, and we all are, I don't forget to put something up every week, and there isn't a break in the brand communication, the brand awareness. So Hootsuite, pretty critical for that kind of thing. It means if I'm really busy, or I'm under a lot of pressure, or I'm doing something with a great opportunity, stuff, sales material, content still goes out. There's still a heartbeat on the social media every week, set intervals, people see it, they stay engaged, and they ring you up. Simple stuff. We then looked on Hootsuite at what's called mention monitoring. Now that, I would argue, is a critical function for any company. What it means is, I have a dashboard for Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus, and it tells me if anybody mentions my name automatically. But we can't underestimate the importance of that. It tells me, A, if someone says something nice about me on social media, brilliant. I'll ring you up, I'll contact you, turns into a case study, testimonial, whatever it might be, or I just say thank you. It's all good. Yeah, if people mention me, more people see it. It also tells me, not that this would ever happen, it also tells me if someone says something not so good about me. That's even more important, because if I'm a good company and I believe in my brand and have to protect it, I will ring you up immediately in that scenario, and I'll say, hang on, what's wrong? What happened? Why have you said that? Can I help you? Can I rectify it? Now, there are teams in big companies, Tesco, etc. There are teams that just do that. They monitor mentions on social media, and when they see one, they respond rapidly. And so should you, because once it's out there, it can be seen. And when it can be seen, it can turn bad. I don't want to turn bad. I want to turn a bad situation into a good situation. And my real example of this is the only time this has ever happened, I promise, is I worked with a company for about 4 years, and we got on very well. The company had grown very rapidly, and down to them, we'll say, I'm sure it was down to them, but I was there. And I mentioned to her, I think she was trying to get something out of PC World or somebody, and I said, look, you've rung them up loads of times, you sent them loads of emails, you're not getting a response. I assure you, if you put something on Twitter and mention their name, someone will ring you immediately. And she goes, oh, right, okay. And she did. And they did. And it gets sorted. Now, what I inadvertently did is I set in place a belief system that came back to bite me, because over the new year, I'd promised I would build a web page for her. And for whatever reason, I can't think of any good ones, it was New Year, I was a day late. And so what she did, she went onto Twitter and put, a day late. Business think are a day late. Is this acceptable? Now, I don't know that. I don't read every tweet that goes out on her account. I don't know that. But I'm alerted. And I only would have been alerted by setting up mention monitoring on Hootsuite. And so I get an alert that says, this company has posted this about you. Hang on a minute. What? So I ring her up. I say, what's going on? Why have you done that? Everyone can see that you've said that. And, I thought everything was fine. She goes, everything's fine. Yeah, I love the work you do and it's brilliant. But, you told me that if I put something on Tesco, I get a rapid response. And I thought the same would work for you. And guess what? It did. so I said, look, please, can you take that down? I'll build your web page right now, but please take down that comment, because it's so public. If anybody looks at my Twitter profile, they can see that you've said that, even though you did it tongue-in-cheek. So, joking aside, that's fairly serious stuff. You should monitor your mentions on social media from one place, and a tool such as Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE, will do that for you. And you should. That's essential for brand protection. So we did some Hootsuite, then we looked at Facebook, and we looked at some Facebook ads, which I've talked about before, so I won't go into that. And I would say that's probably enough. We did a lot of other stuff around digital marketing and social media, such as creating images and cover photos. But that's my summary of today's meeting. Beautiful product, really is art. You know, cake as an art. Beautiful product, and already successful, really. Trying to increase brand awareness locally. I got to eat some carrot cake, which is always a win, and I did ask for some more, and some coffee, and I can't complain. That's it. Thank you. Goodbye.